Hello everyone, so I'll be talking about the visual language of the artwork that was assigned to me in this video. My time period was 1800 AD to 1890 AD India. I have tried to observe the painting, analyze it through the elements and principles of design present in it, and interpreted its meaning according to my own interpretation as well as the artist's interpretation. Now moving forward, this was the painting that was assigned to me. It is Patachitra art from Odisha, practiced by a tribal community of painters known as Oriya painters. So now first talking about the elements of design in the painting, we can see that a lot of thoughts and lines have been used to add details like the one that we can see over here, and in the jewelry as well. The lines are bold, clean, angular, and sharp, creating a symmetrical balance. You can also see the heavy influence of Mughal art in the jewelry. The motifs in the background are similar to that of the ones in the border, and the background on which the figures are represented is delineated with decorations of the flowers and foliage. So if we look in the at the background, the motifs, the small white motifs, are almost similar to that of the ones in the back borders. We also see that various shades of orange, red, and yellow have been used to create contrast. As another form is that they are made on a black background, and due to that the colors have a contrasting effect, and various shades have been used to show that. Now we can also see the heavy influence of Mughal art jewelry in the painting, even though it is not an element, but it is something that defines this painting, like the essence of the painting. If I were to recognize an Patachitra art, I would ultimately recognize it because of the jewelry, the influence of Mughal art jewelry. Now, moving to the next topic, which is the principles of design, we can see that the curtains and the headgears, they both show a rhythm as they are equal in proportion and with equal gaps. The circular faces create emphasis, especially on the eyes, dominating the whole composition. So, if I were to talk about the eye movement, my first focus is on these huge red and black eyes, and then from there, my eye movement shifts to the garlands around the neck, and from there to the central figure, and again travels through their jewelry to the left hand side figure, and from there it goes upwards to the curtains, and from there to the borders, and then back again to the canvas. Not only this, I also realized that the borders, they balance out the whole composition and they give a uniformity to the entire painting. The black color of the background creates negative space so that the emphasis is on the central figures. Also, the borders having a strong background color are helping in the movement of the eye and attracts us back to the canvas. The borders do not let our eyes deviate from the canvas. We can also see the symmetrical balance in the whole painting. If I were to draw a vertical line in the middle of the painting, I realize that this line divides the painting into two equal halves. Now, talking about the thematic communication, first I'll talk about what the artist was trying to say. They were originally created for ritual use and as souvenirs for pilgrims to Puri as well as other temples in Odisha. The major themes were Lord Jagannath, Radha Krishna, and different forms of Sri Jagannath and 10 incarnations of Vishnu. There were also depictions of Mahabharata, Ramayana, Geet Govind, etc. The paintings were manifested by rich colorful application, creative motifs and designs, and portrayal of simple themes which were mostly mythological in depiction. So, what I could make out was that the artist was able to communicate these religious themes because of the careful use of contrasting colors and the depiction of the deities. So, after interpreting, I could make out two rasas from the whole painting. One is Bhakti Rasa because of the devotion to Lord Jagannath, and another one is Shanta Rasa, which is because even though the whole painting is very much ornamental and has a lots of details, it still looks peaceful in its own way, and it has a certain kind of calmness to it. It doesn't look, the elements are in such a way that they don't look overcrowded. Now the next step is to recreate. So for the recreation, we were required to recreate the painting in our own style, but we had to keep in mind that the essence of the painting was being addressed. So coming to the first recreation, I tried to recreate my painting using only black and white colors, as I wanted to show the lines and dots that were present in the original painting, uh, as they were the main elements. So as you can see in this painting, I haven't really made any figure. I have just used various forms of lines and various forms of dots here also to show the rhythm balance. I really like this recreation as it had the balance and everything. I even added the borders in the same way as they were before in this painting. Like the borders that can be seen in this painting are here as well. So as because I wanted to create the essence. Now coming to the next recreation, I did not want to limit my options and I decided to make another recreation. This time, since I didn't, the earlier recreation was just black and white, so I decided to show the essence of the color as well. Because it had to be an abstraction, I used ceramic cones instead of paints to portray the faces and the jewelry. So I realized that even though I was able to identify the colors, the shades, I did not made the background because I wanted to emphasize it on the central figures, emphasize the whole recreation on the central figures. But then I realized that after this, the painting looked incomplete and it wasn't that much appropriate as the one that I made earlier. So, for my final outcome, I decided to go with this painting as it had the balance, the emphasis, and also the borders which were creating a eye movement, and also that sense of calmness. The Shanta Rasa was present in this one and not in the second abstraction. So this was my final one, and with this I come to the end of my presentation. Thank you.